Welcome to The Heroic Journey. My name is Gordon Barnhart, and I'm the author of Leading the Heroic Journey, the wisdom shared by cultures throughout time. Our mission is very straightforward. We believe there are things worth doing in the world, and it's our mission to challenge and support you in successfully leading the variety of journeys of change required for the health of your organizations and communities. And the site is free. The book and the other materials can all be downloaded with no cost, and if you need services beyond these materials, we offer them. But our goal is really to empower as many leadership teams as possible to go forth and to lead journeys of change successfully without having to hire us. The Heroic Journey is at the heart of this model for a very good reason, and that is that it's really built into our leadership DNA. The Heroic Journey is the model that has been shared by cultures throughout time for teaching their members how to create or renew a life, an organization, or a community. It's the story of change actually in its healthiest form. It's not a new model that we have to learn, it just needs to be awakened. The Heroic Journey is already a part of us, it's really our story. The site is built around the book and the Quick Start packets, which are designed for implementation. The chapters in the book match the 4 sources of leadership power that the Heroic Journey will always provide. The first is the power of saying yes, which is our commitment to actually lead. It's the call to our best, and it leads us actually to a number of sources of strength that we'll call on all the way through the journey. The second critical success factor is the power of knowledge, what to expect. This is the 5 core challenges encountered on the journey, what they look like and what they ask of us. The third critical success factor is the power of clear roles and strategies. In other words, what do we do? And there are 6 leadership roles to be played, and each one has 3 core strategies that define it. The fourth critical success factor is the power of leadership webs, which has to do with doing this together. It provides the leadership reach, power, credibility, and resilience that we need because heroes don't go alone. They never went alone in the myths and survived, and it's no different for those of us who are leading journeys of change. If we try to do it alone or we try to do it with just a couple of people, we're probably not going to succeed. We may start out well, but we won't last. What you'll find for each of the 4 chapters is a 1-page intro, then a summary, which is probably 3 to 5 pages for most of them, and then selected excerpts from the chapter as well as the full chapter. So you can go to whatever depth you like, or you can jump from one to the other to figure out where your interests are. There's a quick start packet for each chapter, and they're designed to help you implement as quickly and easily as you can the contents and the concepts of that particular chapter. Each one will have a set of guiding questions. Each one will have a set of templates and worksheets to guide your thinking. And basically what it does is it facilitates a really healthy dialogue for leadership teams so that you can find your way. So, what is the Heroic Journey? It's basically a story in 3 acts. And throughout virtually every culture in history, heroes have left known worlds to venture into the unknown, face trials, discover truths and revelations, experience various deaths and rebirths, and return bringing something of critical value. Now, corporate and community change requires the same venturing forth into the unknown. It requires letting go of old ways of many kinds, discovering and mastering new ways, and coping with a strange world in between endings and beginnings. And the important part is that it's our story. Most of the stories we've read, the movies we've watched, and the make-believe we've created have been based on the Heroic Journey. Star Wars, The Odyssey, Harry Potter, and actually most books for children have all taught us about the Heroic Journey. This is why it's built into our DNA. These stories are told, however, on a grand scale, but our heroism is more of a daily heroism and is really focused on how we lead and manage the heroic journeys that our organizations and our communities require. You can start on the site any place you like. You can check out the frequently asked questions. They're about 15 to 20, and they cover a pretty wide range of questions you might have. You can skim the section I'm Just Curious, which is an overview of the book. You can watch the short videos, which is obviously the introduction to the site you're watching now, as well as an introduction to the book and each chapter. And you can start with any chapter. They all fit together, they all have their importance, but you can start anywhere and jump around. The last section is, so how do I use the site with my leadership team? And there's 2 ways to think about this. 1, if you're planning a journey of change, and 2, if you're already in the midst of one. If you're planning a journey of change, you can prepare your leadership team to lead. You can create the leadership plans for the journey. You can design the web of leaders you'll need, and you can prepare those who are going to follow you. If you're in the midst of a journey, you're probably going to want to move quicker, and you can use the site to assess the success of your leadership strategies to date. You can determine the strategies that you think will be most effective going forward, and you can get people on common ground regarding what to expect and what to do so that they can self-manage. You can also strengthen the web of leaders and followers on which you rely. So look around, see what makes sense to you. There's a lot here, but it's designed so you can take one step at a time. So the best thing is just follow your curiosity and play.